There's nothing like a good scary movie to get your heart racing. But if it's a really good one, it can be so scary that it actually hurts. And if you're anything like me, you might find yourself thinking about those scary movie scenes long after you've watched them. Well, today we're going to give you something to be genuinely afraid of. We're going to talk about the most powerful force in the universe, a force so powerful that it can literally tear apart a star, a force that not even light can escape from. Yes, we're talking about gravity. Most of us think of gravity as a relatively weak force. After all, it's what keeps our feet on the ground and prevents us from floating away into outer space. But make no mistake, gravity is actually one of the four fundamental forces of nature, and it's arguably the most powerful of them all. Let's start with a mind-blowing fact. The gravitational force between any two objects in the universe is always exactly the same, no matter how far apart they are. No matter how far away the objects are from each other, the gravitational force between them doesn't change. That means that if you were to take Earth and move it twice as far away from the Sun, the gravitational force between them would stay the same. But here's the real kicker, that also means that the gravitational force between you and the Sun doesn't change either. So technically, you and the Sun are attracted to each other with the exact same force. It's just that Earth's gravity is getting in the way. Okay, now let's talk about black holes. But first, if you've enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe for more. Now, back to the cool stuff. Black holes are arguably the most extreme environments in the entire universe. They have such strong gravity that not even light can escape from them, and the reason for this is simple. A black hole is just a region of space with an incredibly high amount of mass packed into a very small space. And because of the way gravity works, that much mass creates an incredibly strong gravitational field. The boundary of this region is called the event horizon, and once something crosses that horizon, it can never come back out again. Not even light can escape from the gravity of a black hole. But here's where things get really weird. Time near a black hole is affected by its gravity. As you approach a black hole, time slows down relative to someone who is far away from it. That means that if you were to fall into a black hole, time would slow down to a stop as you approached the event horizon. In theory, this means that you could travel back in time by falling into a black hole. Of course, you'd have to be very careful where you fell. If you fell into the wrong black hole, you could end up in the past or in another universe entirely. Of course, that's unless you're ripped apart to the very atoms that make you up, but that's a whole other point. But what would happen if gravity was just turned off? Without gravity, everything would be weightless and we'd all be floating around in a big cosmic ocean. But there's another consequence to turning off gravity. All the planets and stars in the universe would fly off into outer space, and the universe as we know it would cease to exist. Now, hopefully, this thought experiment has taught you one important lesson: never turn off gravity. Be sure to like the video, follow, and I'll see you next time on Snapshot Science.